Let's check with the dream team to see what they have in store for us this week. Hello, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of June 12th. Hoping everyone is doing really well. Let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, creature teachers, light beings, highest guides, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to understand to understand our now and who we're becoming this week. Let's set that intention. So today, the last couple of weeks, I've been on a tarot deck buying kick, which is kind of interesting. And I ordered a bunch of these decks, not realizing that they were like mini-sized. And you know what? I mean, in all fairness, I often do this. I do this search on Amazon, and they give you the measurements, but who's gonna pull out the measuring tape when you're buying a deck? I just assume they're cards. They're gonna, be a size, and I'm gonna be able to work them. But they're teeny tiny. They're just little. And I've got like ginormous hands, so this is kind of, this is interesting. But anyway, we are working today with the Light Seer's Tarot deck. And I just was really called to this. It's kind of a very modern look and a modern feel to it. And we'll have to put the author in post-edit because it doesn't indicate who wrote it in the box. So we'll have to work on that. But this week we've got Five of Swords. Now, Five of Swords is a really interesting card. It's oftentimes a card of conflict. It's swords, it's the realm of the mind, thoughts, mental energy. What are you thinking about? How are you thinking about it? What processes are you using? Often this card also indicates any kind of legal situations, legal circumstances that are going on. And fives indicate change, transformation. So sometimes what happens when this card comes up is it indicates that there may be a set of circumstances that it's important for you to review at this time. Maybe it's about thinking about it from a different perspective, I also feeling like not allowing other people to necessarily influence your thoughts at this time about certain situations and circumstances. I'm also hearing that this week is not a week to take action. Even though swords is very actionable or action-oriented, very yang energy in a lot of ways, I feel like this week it's important for everyone to just kind of take a pause. Maybe wait an hour, wait a week, wait a day before you step into something, especially when it comes to something that you are giving consideration to. You're really thinking about it, you're ruminating on it. What's the plan? What's the best course of action? And really trying to sort of, look ahead to things. Don't make any rash decisions, because I feel like conflict can ensue if you're not fully present and in the moment, and also I'm feeling like if you don't have all of the pieces of the puzzle, you don't have all of the answers. And what I'm drawn to in this card, it's really cool, this deck, it's all super shiny, almost like holographic. There's a lot of beautiful black birds, and what I love about the black birds here, the 5 black birds, ravens, crows, they straddle both worlds. They straddle the underworld. They straddle, and they've got one wing in the underworld and one wing in this world here. And I feel like the message is, the reason why you want to kind of hold out is because there is going to be a lot of thought about what's going on subconsciously, what's going on under the surface, that maybe I need a little bit of time to allow it to make itself known or to bubble up and be clear about what it's offering me. So I feel like taking a pause, recognizing that there are changes, and these decisions or these choices that I'm making or about to make are going to affect my life in a positive way or in a profound way. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. I want to make sure that I've got all of the answers, or all of the, not answers, all of the pieces of the puzzle, all the information, so that I can then see the big picture and then make a decision. Straddling both worlds, I need to understand what's going on under the surface before I make a surface decision, because under the surface affects what's going on above the surface, right? So we need all of that information. We need both sides of the story, in essence. So don't make any decisions. Don't dive into anything. Don't lay out solid plans necessarily, unless you have really evaluated what's going on under the surface, as well as what is being shown to you. I feel like that's the magic of the crows or the ravens for us this week, is giving us the opportunity to take a pause, to not feel like we have to be so action oriented, and to say, wait a second, there are a number of different perspectives that I need to be considering while I am making this decision. And finally, there's a lot of green in this card, and green is heart chakra. Green is that healing, healer, healed. Green is also growth, abundance. Where am I going? Where am I getting to? Looking up. I'm feeling very much that when you take that pause this week, before you make decisions, before you make plans, and this is all in that realm of the mind, mental energy, when you take that pause, abundance awaits, abundance ensues. Growth happens in a more organic way, rather than in a pushed or a driven way. So when you're struggling, when you're not really sure what decision to make, there's nothing wrong with taking a pause, taking a break, taking a breather. That's super important. All right, for our oracles this week, I chose the Precious Gems Oracle deck by Maxine Gadd. I haven't pulled this deck out in quite a while, so when I saw it, when it came into my vision this morning, I was like, yep, this is the one we're gonna do. Oh, how interesting. So I mentioned yang energy. We've got sea opal, yin and yang. I love when this stuff happens. I love this. Thank you, universe, for the synchronicities. Thank you, dream team. All right, so yin and yang. I really feel like this is what is going on for all of us this week, is this idea of, either we are the yin, we are in that softer, gentler energy. We're in the realm of, sort of thinking about things, planning things, but not actually physically exerting our effort or exerting our energy to make it happen. And then the yang or the yang energy is that movement forward. It's action steps. So yin is very much about I'm open to receiving the inspirations. Yang is about, okay, we're going to make these inspirations come to life. This week, I feel like for all of us, we are going to have a little bit of this, I guess I could use the word duality when I'm talking about this card today. We could use a little bit of this duality, or we're going to see this duality in our lives. We're going to really see, okay, when I do this, I need to separate it. I don't necessarily need to take action right away. I do need to sit within the inspiration first and allow that inspiration to kind of go through a couple of filters in my mind before I actually step into the yang energy and move forward, take action with it. Also interesting that we've got sea opal, and this guy in this card, I'm not really sure if I feel like he's standing on top of a mountain, but all of the green, and I'm seeing the blue and the green in the sky, what I'm really seeing when I'm looking at this card is I'm seeing an ocean wave. I'm seeing the ocean almost, the wave rising behind him, sort of the background. And it's interesting that I'm seeing ocean in this, and we've got the sea opal. So I feel like, even though we are talking about the realm of the mind here, I do feel that there's an energy of how we're feeling about it, that ocean of emotion. And when we're talking about the sea, it is about the vastness of all of it. Yin can be very withdrawn, going within. I think introvert. I think taking time to really recharge from the outside, from the inside out. And then yang is extrovert, right? Both are vast, When you think about recharging, an extrovert recharging on the outside, they may want to go into a huge crowd with a big group of people. They might want to be seen. They might want to dance and be very verbal and vocal and out there, loud and proud, live in that yang energy. The introvert is going within and recharging with a nice hot cup of cocoa, reading a book by a fire, or, going to the ocean, going to the beach by themselves, just a nice quiet vacation. Both can be very vast in what they're able to provide, what they're able to recharge. And so I feel like it's important for us to recognize where our vessel is at, I like to call it our love cup. Where's your love cup at? This month? Where is your love cup at? Is it half full? Is it half empty? Is it on empty and you need to have it go? Is it full and overflowing? And PS and FYI, it should always be full and overflowing so that you always have more to give. And, of course, life happens while we're busy making plans, right? In an ideal world, it is full and overflowing. I feel sometimes in my life, it's more about just striving for that, working towards that all the time. That's the goal, that's the desired outcome. But pay attention to where your love cup is at and decide, how do I want to fill it? Because it is vast. And that love cup is full and overflowing, but that love cup can always get bigger and bigger and bigger and wider and wider and wider. It's endless and endless supply. So step into that and recognize, where are you at in your vastness? Are you taking as much opportunity, advantage of that vastness as you can be at this time? So I feel like that's what we are kind of dealing with this week. Very interesting message. All right, let's pull a feather from the feather jar. See what we got today. Ooh, a nice pretty pink feather. All right, let's see. Being present. So what was my intention today? I think it was being in our now and looking towards the future at where we're becoming. So it's being present in the now, and it's on a beautiful pink feather, which I feel is complementary to the sort of the green that I'm seeing in this card, that heart chakra energy, healing, healer, healed. The other side of the heart chakra is the pink, which is the unconditional love, self-care, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. And we talk about being present, and it's on a pink feather. It's about being present from your heart space. It's about giving yourself permission to be in self-love and in self-care, to give yourself the unconditional love that you would like to receive from others. We teach others how we wish to be treated. And so when we're talking about the Five of Swords and sort of that, conflict, and maybe there's an inner conflict going on that we just need to sort of take a step back from, how can you be present with it and just allow it to show you what it wants to show you? Again, the raven or the crow, one side in the subconscious and one side in the conscious. You won't be able to know the subconscious unless you're being fully present and in your now with what's being shown to you. And that's a true expression of that yin and that yang or yang. Lots of energy going on here. And being present also, I'm going to say, this is where our life is at. It's in the now. The future never really comes. You just watched, a 10-minute or however long this video is. I don't know. I wax poetic a lot, so who knows how long it is. But you just watched all of that, and that's all now in the past. And you and I are right here now in this present moment talking about this beautiful pink feather. And when the camera goes off and I put the pink feather away, that's now in the past. You have recollection of it, you have memory of it, it has imprinted upon you something that you're going to take forward with you. But ultimately, it is part of your past. So you're always in the now. Never forget that. And this week, it's so important for you to be present because that's what it's all about. All right, guys, that's our reading for the week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, please feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on that YouTube channel. I have so many different offerings. If you're an Archangel person and you're interested in learning more about the Archangels, I have a billion different, well, maybe not a billion, but I have several videos on there talking all about different Archangels and what they can do for you, what they're here to provide, and what energy they want to share with each and every one of us. And on on that note, I also have my Archangel Conversations just coming up in a couple of days here. It is on July 17th. It's a Saturday, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be recorded, so if you're out and about and you're having fun, on the water, on the ocean, surfing, or on the beach, or in the mountains somewhere, I'm envious. I'm jealous of you. No, I'm actually really happy for you. And don't worry, you can watch this at your leisure. We record it and send it out. This month, it's Archangel Jeremiel, the Archangel of Forgiveness, and we're going to learn all about what he does for us, the kind of energy he wants to share with us so that we can really apply his guidance to our lives when we are in need of his energy and in need of his services. There's going to be a really cool meditation and exercise, and then I channel directly Archangel Jeremiel to give you a specific message that you can apply for your month ahead and, till the dawn of time, however you want to use that. So feel free to check that out. My website is theblackfeatherintuitive.com. I have a Facebook page and an Insta, The Black Feather Intuitive. And of course, my YouTube channel has all sorts of fun stuff in here as well. Would love to be of service in any way that I can. Take care, guys. Be safe. Have the most amazing week, and we'll see you next time.